Check it out. Ready?
Yeah.
Look at this. This is one thing I did see on Klinsky that I want to make sure our audience sees. So
Mm.
this is anonymous.
Oh, I haven't
This
seen him in a
is
minute.
a variable that I had forgotten about, but came back up today in coverage.
Citizens of the United States. The effects of Donald Trump's presidency are no longer distant warnings. They are here, unfolding before you. While many remain unaware, blinded by the administration's relentless efforts to suppress the truth, the rest of the world is watching, and it is responding.
Mhm.
Long-standing alliances with key nations such as Canada and Mexico are fracturing inch by inch. The
Yeah.
cracks are widening, and the global community is reassessing its trust in the United States.
Yep.
The question is no longer if, but when these relationships will collapse entirely.
Yeah.
The consequences will be severe. Every imported product you rely on, everyday essentials, food, technology, will see skyrocketing prices, making even basic necessities unattainable for the average American. What you perceive as a simple rise in costs is, in reality, a calculated strategy.
Yeah.
Planned to systematically dismantle the lower class, to push those already struggling into the abyss of poverty where they will face an impossible choice. Perish or submit to servitude under the wealthy elite.
Mhm.
Make no mistake, this is economic warfare, and the target is you. The recent ICE raids are not just about immigration enforcement, they are about control.
Yep.
The Trump administration seeks to reignite the flames of racial inequality and segregation-era policies, erasing diversity to craft a nation built on division and fear.
Yep.
These operations are disrupting local economies, forcing businesses to crumble, and ensuring the economic elimination of the working class. What
God.
follows is a society engineered to serve the interests of the few at the cost of the many. And as the oligarchy takes shape, another darker ideology is creeping into the mainstream. Fascist ideals, once whispered in the shadows, are now being openly embraced.
Yep.
Yeah.
Symbolism matters. Gestures matter.
Yo,
Elon Musk,
good for you
a
guys.
figure of immense influence,
Mhm.
Inspiring.
recently tested the waters
Yeah.
with a gesture recognized worldwide as a Nazi salute. This was not an accident. It was a message,
Yep.
a
Sure
challenge,
was.
a warning.
And a
But
call to
know
action.
this, the people
rallying
are not
cry.
silent.
It really is.
Despite the administration's best efforts to muzzle dissent, the voices of resistance grow louder. Trump's reckless overhauls, his purges of experienced government officials, his chaotic restructuring of critical infrastructure have created vulnerabilities, weaknesses, entry points. This transition period is his greatest liability, but it is also our greatest opportunity. The rushed implementation of new systems, the mass firings of key personnel, and the chaotic dismantling of existing structures have left behind critical gaps that Anonymous can and will exploit.
Okay.
Every system that has been hastily restructured without foresight, every official removed without proper transition planning,
Yep.
leaves behind exposed veins within the government's framework. These vulnerabilities are more
Yeah.
than just bureaucratic inefficiencies. They are cracks in the foundation that can and will be breached.
Wow.
Anonymous watches. Anonymous waits. The time to act is fast approaching.
I love the ending. Watch
The
the ending.
administration's arrogance blinds them to the fragility of their own system. Their overconfidence in their ability to silence dissent and erase opposition will be their undoing.
There
We
we
know
go.
where to look. We know how to strike.
Okay.
But understand this. Our intervention, no matter how disruptive, will only be a temporary roadblock unless you, the people, rise. This is your warning. This is your chance. The transition period is fleeting, and once they solidify their grip, your options will vanish. If you fail to act now, the cost of resistance will be far greater in the future.
Yeah.
To those in power, think carefully. Your decisions now will determine your future. We are Anonymous. We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
That's what I'm talking about. The
There we
do not
go.
forgive and do not forget part is just awesome.
Oh
I
yeah.
love that, man. Forgiveness is not going to get us home here. This is not forgivable.
Yeah.
I told an old friend of mine tried to message me after the election, guy I hadn't talked to in years. We fell out because of Trump in 2016. And he tried to reconnect. And I'm like, dude, fascism isn't forgivable, man.
Yeah.
Don't message me again. 3 strikes and you're out. I know you voted for Trump 3 times. I don't want anything to do with you unless you're ready to apologize and admit that Trump has been the biggest mistake this country has made since the fucking Civil War. This is the biggest mistake we have made in a president since Buchanan or since the guy who preceded FDR.
Yeah.
Who you would probably know. I don't know who preceded FDR, but at least I don't know right now. It's been a long day, man. It's been a long day.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. Only Fucking Monday. Yeah, I've always really liked Anonymous. I like their videos. I like their messages. They've been very consistent, and I appreciate them a whole lot. Megan's reaction is, man, this sounds like advice to enemy governments. Well, the thing about that, Megan, is that these vulnerabilities wouldn't be in place if Doge wasn't granted access to all these systems. And
Right.
now that this is all out there in the open, and like they were given this authorization to various departments and whatnot, it's exposed national security weaknesses, and that's what
Yes.
Anonymous is talking about here. I was actually just about to say this post I made on Blue Sky about something that actually happened recently. The CIA sent an unclassified list with identifying information about new hires to the Office of Management and Budget to comply with Trump's executive order. I'm sure intelligence agencies around the world have started a betting pool on who can get their hands on it first. Like, these vulnerabilities are widespread.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's scary. I don't know what the hell is going to happen next. I expected things to be bad, but I didn't know things were going to get this bad.
Oh, of course.
This quickly.
No, yeah.
I mean, they are literally deconstructing our federal government. I know, and they've only scratched the surface of what they're going to do.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We'll see what happens.
No, right. Yeah. Megan says the Treasury was literally just hacked like a week before we put the best people on the tech of it. If you have details on how that hacking turned out, what was exposed, I would love to look more into that. But yeah, no.
That's creepy by Anonymous. It sounds like they actually care about the people. It's weird.
No, yeah,
Isn't
and that's kind of been their thing for a while now. That's
Yeah.
I've
They've been
always
around for about like 10 years, right? They've been around 10, 15 years, something like that.
yeah, I think like 15 years, something like that. It's been they've been around a long time, and they've always come across that way to me. You know, I mean, it's why they're anonymous.